What's going on, everyone? Bobster1984 back again, and it's time to do a video which I've never done before. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I'm sure you'll let us know. We're going to do a Premier League review. So I'm going to talk not just about Newcastle United. I'm going to talk about what has happened in the weekend just gone in the Premier League. I believe the major talking point of the weekend isn't Jamie Vardy, and if you've seen my previous videos regarding the Leicester City game, the build-up video and the reaction video, then you'll know that I believe that Jamie Vardy is a little bit overhyped. However, we'll get into that later. The main talking point for me the weekend was Liverpool going to Manchester City and absolutely humping them all out 4-1. Now, it's not a result I expected. I am quite a fan of Jurgen Klopp. I was when he was at Dortmund, and I thought that was a great appointment for them. It proved how good he can be by getting a result at Chelsea. Now, about a year ago, you would have, if someone said to you, someone's going to get a result at Chelsea, you would say, fuck me, that's a good result. But not now. Now, obviously, something's happened to Chelsea this season where obviously teams have gone to Stamford Bridge and got results. So that wasn't an oh my god moment in terms of Jurgen Klopp has arrived, but going to the Etihad and spanking the current champions 4-1 is quite a big statement. Now, I think Coutinho, since they signed him, I think it was in the January transfer window in 2013. Correct me if I'm wrong, Liverpool fans, but I think that's right. He's been a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes he's world class, sometimes he's really peripheral. But it seems this season he seems really hungry, and I think he looks like a fantastic player this season. I'm wondering whether or not he'll keep it up. But what happened to City? Any City fans? I mean, I didn't see the majority of the game because I chose to watch the El Clasico. You know what happened? I mean, is your team, are the signings they've made, are they not really, proven to be worth the money? I mean, my opinion is that Sterling is nowhere near worth the money. Neither is De Bruyne. Good players though. They're worth obviously a chunk of money, but not nearly 50 million each. And I just thought it was a fantastic performance, and I'm really happy that Klopp is making his mark. I'm not a huge Liverpool fan, had obviously nothing to shout about when Newcastle go to Liverpool, but I do find Liverpool fans sometimes can be, I don't want to say living in the past, because, at least because straight away someone will put a comment on saying, oh, well, at least we've had a past, I'm not on about that, but there seem to be, is it like this God-given right that there should be, somewhere, and I think that's wrong. Well, a lot of people say that about Newcastle, but my thoughts on that are different, obviously. The second talking point, I think I'm going to have to obviously go to Jamie Vardy next. I believe, as I say, I do believe he is overhyped, and I do think that talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona being interested in him is a little bit too far. Fair play to the kid, he's 28 years old. 4 years ago he was at Fleetwood, I think, or he would just sign for Fleetwood and he was in the non-league. It is a shining example for anybody who is out there playing non-league football and has got a bit of talent. You can get to the Premier League no matter how old you are. It's like the film, innit, with Sean Bean. What was it called? Oh man, When Saturday Comes. Has anyone seen that film when he's like a run-of-the-mill footballer, going drinking, shagging birds and smoking with 30 tabs a day, and he's fucking gets a trial with Sheffield United and scores a penalty against Man United at the end. I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's a good film, by the way. You should watch it. But it's like that. It's like encouraging people from non-league, saying, oh yeah, you can go and score 10 goals in a row, and like Jamie Vardy has. Let's not get away from the fact he is a good player. I just think he's, saying he's going to be worth 20 million and he's going to go to Real Madrid is a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, obviously, as I've already covered, Leicester came to my club, Newcastle United, and absolutely destroyed with 3-0. Are Leicester there for the majority of the season? I personally don't think so. However, Fair play to them. Got to do nothing but applaud them. Claudio Ranieri, when he first came in, everyone was like, the Tinker man, he's going to be shit. Obviously with him being at Chelsea, but he's been an absolute breath of fresh air. He plays that kind of football where his team just doesn't give up, and they're just so all action. It's unbelievable. And obviously when you've got a striker like Vardy in the red hot form he is, you're going to continue winning games. I believe the next talking point for me is obviously going to Chelsea. It might not be have been the most attractive game over the weekend, but I think Chelsea winning is a big statement, because that's them. I know they were only playing Norwich at home, but it's a game they would have easily lost a few weeks ago. And I watched them when they played Stoke, and they deserved to beat Stoke and got beat 1-0. So I think that could be a turn, a corner turner for Mourinho. I genuinely hope it is, because I like Mourinho. I know he's a little bit, moany, but I think tactically sometimes he can be a genius, but I don't know what's happened this season. I think it's only right and next talk about Sunderland, I suppose. Putting in a 1-0 win away to Palace last night. What is it? Well, in Pardew, Palace fans, he's getting this. He's saying what Newcastle fans had to put up with for so long. He cannot beat Sunderland, but he did beat them obviously last season 4-1. But there seems to be this hoodoo with Sunderland for Pardew. I watched the game. I thought Palace obviously battered them, and Sunderland, as Allardyce has already come out and said, we did set up shop. We did set up to be defensive and part of the bus. Fair play, they got the 3 points and needed it, and it was a complete fluke. Any Mackhams who say it wasn't a fluke, you're all lying to yourselves as far as I'm fucking concerned. So anyway, we go to Everton beating Villa, which is obviously a good result for Newcastle, obviously back, down at the bottom of the Premier League. Remy Gard with his second game in charge. I watched the highlights of this game, and I do believe Villa are in massive trouble. Everton looked really sharp. Lukaku looks like he's sharp again this season. And I think Barkley played quite well as well. That what do you call him? That Gerard Defalulu? What do you call him? I don't know what he's called. But anyway, the guy from Barcelona, I think he's on loan. He looks a player. Now, the most annoying game for me of the weekend was Southampton against Stoke. Now, the reason why it was annoying is because if you look at the odds beforehand, Stoke City was 6-1, and I thought, no chance Southampton will score. But they did it again. Stoke, they seem to not concede goals on the road. They're a very strong and hard team to beat, as Newcastle found that out a few weeks ago when Butland was in inspired form. Now, what can Stoke City do? Bojan's a good player. They've got Shaqiri. They've got Arnautovic, who's a good little player when he's in the mood. And I like Jonathan Walters. He's like a proper journeyman, but he always fucking comes up with the goods, doesn't he? So yeah, but. Another team, here we go. We'll talk about Arsenal. Arsenal, everyone a few weeks ago, that's it. They're in the title hunt, blah blah blah, and then they go to West Brom and lose 2-1. That is Arsenal in a nutshell. 1 minute fantastic, the next minute shite, losing to run in the middle relegation fodder like West Brom. In fact, no, I'll take that back. West Brom under Pulis have become a strong team to beat, and I do like Pulis. But Arsenal, it must frustrate the bollocks off you, it really must. He's a fantastic, as I say, 1 minute, and the next minute he's a horseshit. Tottenham Hotspur winning 4-1 against West Ham. Tottenham are sneaking up there, I'm not going to say they're going to be anywhere near the title or anything like that at the end of the season, but they're doing well. You cannot really fault them. 4-1, especially West Ham. West Ham have been really good away from home. I didn't see any highlights of the game, but I know Harry Kane scored another 2. As far as I'm concerned, anyone that was actually slagging him off at the start of the season, you all need your head sight now, because he's a really good player. He's very strong, and he will score goals. There's no worries about it. Don't even know why anyone even doubted him, to be fair. And I do think Spurs will be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. Now, Man United obviously got the lunchtime game on Saturday, and I feel sorry for Watford, I really do. I thought they battled all the way. Depay got a goal. It was a nice little finish. And then obviously the penalty decision. It was a penalty. And then obviously Watford scored it. And then obviously the horrific own goal. Schweinsteiger gets the shot from, I think it was a corner or a cross. He belts it. It's not going in. It's actually going wide, and the player just... It reminds us of Craig Bellamy scoring against Feyenoord in the Champions League when we miraculously pulled off that 3-2 win away to go through to the second phase of the Champions League. It reminded us of that goal. Really harsh on Watford, but I think Watford will be okay. They play some decent football. And in Man United, you can't write them off. They're second in the league, 1 point behind Leicester. Are they going to be there or thereabouts? I think so. I don't think they'll win the title. I think they'll be in the top 4 though. And the final game to cover is Swansea drawn 2-2 with Bournemouth. Bournemouth, after the way they played Newcastle, obviously wanted something from the game and really probably should have had more. But what's really annoying is all this talk about Gary Monk being under pressure. I mean, how the bloke's done nothing wrong. The first sign of trouble and he's all of a sudden his job's under threat. Give your heads a shake. But I mean, I personally think Swansea play some good football. They might just be going through a bit of a rut at the minute, but a 2-2 result when you're 2-0 down to Bournemouth at home, it's still a decent result as far as I'm concerned. But that's it. That's my first ever Premier League review video. What do you think the talking points are yourselves for the weekend? Do you agree with anything I've said? If you disagree, put your comments in the comment box. Please like the video and please subscribe, because I'll be doing a lot more videos in the future. And you've been watching Bobster1984, and I will see you all later.